Um, welcome everyone. This is Red Satoshi, and today I'm trying to introduce a deck list for of Battle Spirits. So this is the first time that I do this kind of stuff. So if I did or say anything wrong, then feel free to correct me. Okay. So um, so today I'm going to introduce a deck that uh, that accept the ban list up to the 1st of April. So I call this that double enforcement, and I'll explain why later. And in this deck, I have the key card would be the Noble Dragon New Siegfried. So for those who always play Battle Spirits, or even those who just recently started, I guess you know which card is this. It's just a really meta card, and that everyone loves to use it because it's really easy to use and the win con is really easy and all those kind of stuff. But of course, up to the 1st of April, it will be restricted to only one card per deck. So that's why I made this deck out, just to like tell you guys that there's still a way to use it effectively and really easily, even though there's only one card in your deck. And then so this is basically a blue and white speed deck. So you got all those useless cards like the giant prince Lakshmana, and then you have strong draw and mantra draw. Actually, I forgot to do this, but I'll tell you what cards are there in the deck first. Alright, so starting with the Brave, so we have 3 copies of the Abyss Giant Sword, Abyss Apocalypse, and then 3 copies of the Twinkle Dragon's Bayonet, Gun Belmonk, and then 2 copies of the Twinkle Dragon's Bayonet, Gun Belmonk, Gun Mode. And then so with spells, I have 3 Brimming Summon Seas, 3 copies of Limited Barrier, 1 Mantra Draw due to the restriction after the 1st of April, and then 3 Quick Draw, 3 Strong Draw, and 3 Swallowtail. Yeah, and then what's good about Swallowtail is that even you're facing an ultimate, you can also use the trigger counter if you have it in hand, so it's just quite a handy card, to be honest. And so up to the Spirit, we have 3 copies of Giant Prince Lakshmana, 3 copies of the Green Bird Doji, 1 copy of the Noble Dragoon New Siegfried, and 3 copies of the 10th Explosive Beast Grease Crash. Now for those who have used this kind of deck or watched the videos before, you know that Grease Crash is actually really handy in this kind of deck, because when you're discarding it with Strong Draw or any of the similar cards, you can just summon it out for free when you discard it. So it's really good card to use. And so for Spirit Burst, we have 3 The Chosen Searcher Alex, which is for defense obviously. And then what's good about this, because it's unaffected by any effects, the Sack Burst so even your opponent is using Super Wind Demon God, you can still activate her, so it's fine. And then so up to the Spirit Soul Burst, I put in 1 copy of the 44th generation Strange Fangs Shinobi Head, Shishinobi, and then 1 the Preserver God Frishton. And at last, I have also put in 1 copy of Ultimate Castle Golem. Now, so why would I put Ultimate Castle Golem in this deck? Well, actually there are 2 reasons. So first of all, I'll explain it later. So first I'll say how to use this deck. So briefly said, you just keep drawing until you get new Siegfried Affronted, get a Brave to it, and then just take all your opponent's life, and that's it. Well, that's the most basic way. And then for defense, and because you only have one copy of New Siegfried, so it's actually slower now to get the card out. I mean, I've used this deck twice, and twice the times I could only get New Siegfried when I deck out myself. So yeah, it's actually a bit more risky now, but it's still good to use. So as you can see, I put in 3 limited barrier and 3 Alex, and those 6 cards are basically the only defense that this deck has. Well, I mean, if you count Quick Draw as one, then yeah, sure, go ahead. But I usually just use it for easy summon. And then, so yeah, and that's the main win con for this deck. And then, so up to the explanation of Ultimate Castle Golem. So, one big disadvantage of this deck is that if your opponent has the effect of deck cannot be discarded, then this is the time when you should use Castle Golem, because with its level 4 and 5 effect, doing your attack step, and it's not one attack, it's doing your attack step. So negate or opposing cost 5 or less Spirits and Nesses cards from deck cannot be discarded effects. And so with this effect, you can just ignore your opponent's like discard prevention effects, and you can just still effort use Siegfried and use Twinkle Equip, because if you just go to watch all those old videos of like other people playing them, like for example Extreme Games, there's like the person can't win because simply he cannot discard his deck with Twinkle equipped. And so yeah, and then the reason why I put in Shishinobi is because just for some quicker draws, like for Soul Burst effect, you can just clear your opponent's field. That's a convenient defense. And then also, but the main reason I put it in is because of its level 2 and 3 effects, which then refill 2 cards from the top of your deck, and you can summon any number of Spirit cards or Brave cards in the Ninja Gel family without paying the cost. But then, I mean, about cost in this deck, I won't really use any Ninja Gel cards except just Shishinobi himself. So I actually use his last effect. The remaining cards are added to hand. So that's basically like just 2-3 draws when it's attacking or defending. That's why I'm putting in this card. And then for the Preserver God Fiston, it's actually quite a handy card, and it will quite your opponents would be unexpecting this card, so it will be a surprise defense. And then also for its level 2 effect, because it can return blue SL card from your remove from game zone or open zone to your hand. So actually you can always return the Giant Prince Lakshmana to your hand, and you can just keep drawing until you get new Siegfried. And then what's also good about Fiston is that it has a BP of 20,000. So it's really hard for your opponent to destroy it. And then yes, that's basically it. So this is the end of the video, and hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see if I can make another deck list introduction next time. So thanks for watching.